Hey there, everyone. A very good evening, and thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the Waran Shanmugam show. It's the 24th of November. Oh, Christmas is very near, and it's the Thanksgiving week, yeah? So, for those who are celebrating, celebrate well and stay safe, yeah? Remember, always follow the SOP. Yeah, so it's a lovely Wednesday, and my name is Warren, as you all know, season 2 episode 6. This is where we are, but today we have got a lot of nice things to share. But before that, I was reading again this book from Faiza Bazid. If you all have yet to get this book, please, I recommend that you go and get this book. A fantastic book. Mothers Are Coaches in Motion. A very good friend of mine. And I was reading, right? I was reading this chapter, and it was very interesting. Chapter 9, Moms Are Gifted Knowers. Exactly the point. And I've got this phrase, this paragraph, or a very short phrase that I want to read. It says here, the lesson, question mark, mothers know their children like coaches know their clients because mothers are innate coaches. Yes, indeed. Gifted. Yes, indeed. To the world by none other than God Almighty Himself. Now, it's amazing, yeah, how she wrote, and it's all about mom. As you read this book, you will experience what she have experienced because we all go through pretty much the same thing with our mothers. So this is the thing that I have, and I want to ask you this question: if you have your mom still around with you, my question to you is, what you love about her the most? And if you have your mom not with you physically but soulfully, then this is the question that I want to ask you. What is the one thing that you miss? My mom is no longer here with me. And I miss this one thing from her, that is her shoulder to cry on. I still remember anytime, and I mean anytime, she can be busy cooking, she can be busy mopping and doing whatever that she is doing at that point of time. Whenever I come back from school or any time after work, if I got a problem, an issue, what I'll do is I'll quickly go and say, Ma, sit down, and I'll just put my head on her shoulder. Guess what? Any problem, and I repeat, any single problem that you had or faced on that particular date just goes away. And that's what I miss. I want to know from you guys, what is the one thing that you miss or you love from your mom? Tell us about your mom. Use the chat area to share your thoughts and we will read about it later. Yeah. So I see a lot of people are already giving comments. Let me see if I can read some of those. Yeah, that's right. We have got Kirube from UK. Yes, Kirube. Thank you so much for joining in. We have got Susan. Hi, Susan. We have got Rajwin. Hi, Rajwin. And yeah, we have got Mary who says good evening. Hi, Mary. Good evening. And yes, many more comments, but we will share these comments while we are with this lovely, lovely, lovely lady. Now, tonight we have a friend all the way from London, England, United Kingdom. Let's welcome Sandra Jayakodi. Hi, Sandra.
Hi, everyone. Hi, hello. Good afternoon or good
Good,
evening to you.
good evening to you. What's the time now there, Sandra?
It's 12:05 in the afternoon.
Beautiful. How's the weather there, Sandra?
And the weather is beautiful. It's um, the autumn. It's autumn now, and it's towards the
Ah,
end, and it's the best part of the seasons that I like. I just love seeing the crispy leaves on the ground, and I would normally say the naked trees when all the leaves have fallen down. You see the beautiful branches. It's amazing. It's just amazing
yeah.
to walk in the woods. Yeah.
That's beautiful. We've only seen that in the TV or in the internet, but you are seeing it live. I'm sure the smell of that beauty, right? It's mind blowing, I must say. Yeah. Well, we should come by your place very soon.
Please do. You're most welcome.
Let the borders be lifted, then we will come by. So, Sandra, we have got some of them already wishing you, but I want to see if we can call out or shout out their names. Yeah. Lim Wei Tim says, "Good evening."
Good evening, Lim. Good evening.
And Kirube is giving this loud shout out. Woohoo, Sandra Jayakodi.
Woohoo, Kirabai.
Ah, gosh. And Susan is saying happy Thanksgiving to you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, and yeah, plenty more people are sending messages after messages, commenting, and I'm already getting questions for yourself. Ah, Roxanne is saying good evening to you too.
Good evening, Roxanne.
And Lee Jen is laughter ambassador, lovely lady, and she says happy evening Iswaran and happy afternoon Sandra.
Oh, happy evening, Lee.
Yeah, so let's go straight into the questions that I have for you, and it's very interesting what you're doing. I want to know this thing that you're doing. You call yourself mental health awareness and stigma trainer. So mental health awareness trainer, I somewhat know. Stigma trainer, we all want to know. So tell us about this. What do you do?
Okay, just to give you a little bit of my background, I was born in Malaysia. I came to the
Ah,
UK. Came to the UK about 32 years ago to study in the UK, and then I settled here. But my roots are still in Malaysia, and I'm missing the Malaysian food. I haven't been to Malaysia for 2 years, and I'm dying. So when I come to Malaysia, if anybody wants to buy durian for me, I'm there. Okay.
come,
Thank
come.
you. Thank you. Okay. It's really interesting, Warren, that we chose this time to talk about mental well-being and a stigma, because as you know that during this COVID period, everywhere we are hearing that there is an increase of people being affected by their mental health. Mental health was already an ongoing problems in many countries, but the lockdown has thrown more people into going through poor mental health. And also recently, I'm sure most of your viewers are from Malaysia, so I just want to give you a little bit of reading that if you have time, please visit this. And I'm sure, Warren, you would post this. I was just I've always updated myself with the mental health condition or mental health situation in Malaysia. But today morning, I just thought, okay, let me see what is the latest paper that's been written on mental health in Malaysia. And I came across this article, which was published in the Cambridge University Press in the UK in March 2021. And he talked about mental disorders in Malaysia and increase in lifetime prevalence. And it's also estimated that in Malaysia, only about 20% of Malaysians with a mental health disorder will access professional care. And this is due to mostly social stigma.
Mhm.
So social stigma, mental health stigma is the main reason for people not accessing mental health services to seek treatment. So there you go. It's the whole thing about the stigma. Um, just to give you a little bit more about my background, I'm not a professional person who can treat somebody with mental illness or mental health. I'm not. I became a mental health trainer, a mental health awareness and well-being and stigma trainer because of my own lived experience of going through mental health conditions. So I have a diagnosis of bipolar, and because of that, I was suddenly at a very late age in my life being told that I have got a mental health condition. And I was like, wow, what is this? I never even heard the word bipolar before until I was 50 years old. So it is something like shocking, extremely shocking to know a disease called bipolar. And that was the point in my life that I began to understand more about mental illness. And I took it a step further to really know more about it and attended courses on mental health and well-being and stigma, and so that I can actually share my journey with others when I'm training them about mental wellness and stigma, using my lived experience when I'm doing that. So just to go back, the word stigma, I knew I was having some form of issue because I was sometimes, you know, crying on my way to work. I was quite depressed. I was stressed at work. I ran my own legal practice at one point, law firm. And I was also at the same time gallivanting all around the world. And I didn't know what was really happening. So at a point, but you feel depressed and something is not right, but you're not ready to take the step to go and see the doctor. But finally, I got some courage and visited my GP, and the GP gave me prescriptions, and so I took, but nothing went back to normal. So it was more than a year, and I was still struggling. So when he suggested that I need to see a psychiatrist, no way, I'm going to see a psychiatrist. The thing that came to my mind it was like rainfall of words like lunatic, asylum, imbecile, crazy, bodoh, what's the word in Malay? Nyanyok. Every derogatory word that you can think about, which is associated to people with mental illness, that's the word that came to me. And those words actually stopped me from seeking professional help by seeing a psychiatrist. But finally, the GP had to convince me. He said, you need to see a professional person to seek treatment. So it took more than a year and a half before I actually went and saw a psychiatrist. So it's the internalized stigma as well. When you stigmatize, because it was nobody telling me, nobody pointed these words to me, but it was my own understanding of what mental illness was about. Because remember, in Malaysia, we always say, oh, that person has been in Tanjung Rambutan. Yeah, I'm sure many of you know that hospital in Ipoh. So it's already a word that it's a very derogatory term that when we say Tanjung Rambutan, and there's no respect for that person. When you talk about somebody having mental illness, you don't want to employ somebody who's got mental illness. You don't want your children to be married to somebody who's got mental illness. It is really, really hard, disheartening to know that and to feel that. But being here in the UK, and I think in a way it was a big blessing that I was finally able to seek the right profession, get the treatment and the care. And I was on medication, and I have had, years of psychotherapy, and I'm still seeing my psychiatrist, and I still have got support when I need them. But then also the understanding about the medication and understanding the therapy, and having in place all I call that my toolbox. Your crisis care toolbox, what you need to do in when you have a relapse, or when you think about something is not going wrong, or when I suddenly start eating a lot, or I'm not waking up in the morning, or I just sleep too long. I go to this toolbox and find methods that I have to help me to overcome that. Saying that, the most important thing was, again, the stigma that stopped me from seeking the help. And I've come a long way, because this started like in 2000. And now I have even I'm on another journey now, whereby I have completely stopped my medication as well. So it's, you go through a journey, you understand it, you know what's happening, and you find what best works for you. So it is a process, it is a journey.
Interesting. I'm just stunned with how you are speaking about what you went through very openly and very comfortably. I don't know how comfortable you are, but for us here to listen to what you are saying, right? It's really different, because the journey that you took on, I'm sure it has been. I don't know whether you're still going through it, but it must have been a rough one, though. But this is the question that I have, Sandra. I think we spoke about this also at backstage just now. How when you have this, what do I say? Do I say it's a condition?
Yeah, I know. Okay, you asked me, why am I so comfortable talking about it? It was the uncomfortableness of not talking about it that took away many years of my life.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. See, now
it,
now that you're
it,
saying, right,
yeah.
when you speak about this, right, I don't even know what do I say. Do I call it an issue? Do I call it a condition? Do I call it a disease? What is it?
Okay, okay. I just tell you something. Okay, we spoke about it just now. When somebody has an accident and they've got a cast in their leg or in their arm, we sit over a beer and we talk about this. And you look at my cast. You want to autograph my cast for me, please. We talk about it so candidly, like it's nothing wrong. Or even if you have a heart surgery and then you open your dress up or your shirt out, as you look at the scars. Yeah, we talk about physical health like it's got no problem at all. So remember the word health. We're talking about physical health. We talk about it like it's natural to talk
Mhm.
about it. But when it comes to mental health, we do not talk about it. There is something called mental health. We remember, even in the ancient form, of people were meditate, mindfulness, breathing exercise, all those things helps you to keep yourself calm. So it is to do with your mind, being mindful of your mental health. So this is it. So we don't talk about it because of the connotation, because of the words that are associated to mental health. People say, like, many people are afraid of people with mental illness. An example would be like, when you read newspaper, somebody commits somebody, they do not say anything except, oh, X, Y, and Z committed a murder, killed somebody brutally.
Mhm.
But if the person who's committed the murder has got mental health condition, for example, schizophrenia, what do they say? Schizophrenia went amok, attacked people. Yeah.
Exactly.
But how many people in a year who got schizophrenic who actually go out and kill somebody? Yeah. So you see, it's our perception about mental illness that has put us in the place where we are right now. So when
Yeah.
you talked earlier about mental health, we all go through in our life lots of various different degrees, levels of, like you said, Warren, it could be problems, issues, stress. And it is the strength and the ability and the resilience that we have
Mhm.
that we are able to manage them day to day. But some of us, we do not have that resilience. We are brought up in a different social environment. We might not be educated. We might not have the support, and therefore, whatever that we are facing might end up being very stressful. Might just increase your tension, your anxiety, and then you got nobody to talk to. What happens in that situation? You just bolt it inside you, and you go into isolation. And so what I want to emphasize here is, like, every one of us face let's say a problem or an issue, but the degree of that varies from individual to individual. The
Mm.
same problem might not seem big issue to you, but it might be extremely big to me. So we cannot reduce that person and say, hey, you're not the only one who's going through this problem, lah. I also have. Just pull up your socks. You're lucky you've got a house. Other people don't even have a house. If anybody were to come and say that to me when I'm down, I
You
would
will
just
kill them.
strangle them. So
I,
value that person, understand where the person is coming from. Never say to that person, it's okay. When you mean to say it's okay for me to sit at home and struggle and cry and suffer, no, it's not. Give them the space to talk.
Yeah, so I've got loads of questions that I have prepared for you. But then while you are talking, I've got a lot more questions coming by. But before that, I just want to share with you a couple of messages to show that how much people care about you. Sandra, Susan says, proud of you, Sandra, with that heart. Legion says, Sandra, you are amazing. You are so right, Legion. Kirube says, well said, Sandra Jayakodi. Simply explained, yes. Very nicely said. Janagi Kunjiappan says, love from Malaysia.
I love you, my dear friend. She's been my friend since the age of 7. She's my
Oh my
oldest
goodness.
friend, my first, yeah. Oh, I love
There
you,
you
CJ.
go. Hi, Janagi. Nice to know you, Janagi. Sangari says, good evening, Warren and Sandra. Experience speaks. You are so right, Sangari. She speaks so clearly. Yeah? Santa Kumari Shanmugam says, good evening, Iswaran. I am watching. Thank you so much for watching. And just to let you all know, I've also sent the link that Sandra was talking about just now on Cambridge, yeah? March 2021 article written in Cambridge. That's what Kirubai says. And I've sent the link. Please go and have a look at the article. Very nicely written. Sandra, I have got this question that I want to ask you, yeah? Two things. One is, you spoke about the very early, the pre going through the healing process or the medication. You said you were you know that you were feeling depressed. You were sometimes in tears, sometimes crying, sometimes emotionally imbalanced. But
Yeah.
how would one know that yes, this is the right time for me to go? Not waiting for someone to come and tell you that, you know what, it's best that you go and have a look. What would be my indicator? Because everyone knows that your body will tell you stuff, and
Yeah.
you need to have a listening ear. What
Yeah.
would be the one or two indicator that uh, alerts you to say, you know what, I need to seek for help? That's one. The second one is, how much support, you spoke about support, how much support did you get? And I want to compare this, not for anything else, just to understand where we are and how best we can help people who have gone through your journey. In Malaysia, in comparison to in England, how
Mm.
much support did you get there? How much, because you spoke about the derogatory vocabulary that being used, right? We hear this all the time. People label, people name people, and they say it so easily, you see. So how much support did you get here versus in UK? But of course, the first question first, what was the alert, the alarming point that one should
Okay.
be alarmed?
Think about your physical health first. When you have like you're feeling faintish all the time, or what do? Immediately, oh, something is wrong with my body, right?
Yeah.
Or you when you have got physical pain, or something is hurting in my stomach or something, and then you wait for a couple of days and see, oh,
All
it
right.
might go away in 2 3 days. And then if it doesn't go away, what do?
Seek for help. Go to the doctors.
Yep. Same way. You find your behavior has been like, over the years, there's nothing changed. And then suddenly you find your behavior changes. You find that you're not socializing a lot. You find that you're feeling sad a lot. Or you find, a lot of tension in your back, and, like stressed. When you get stressed and you get this tension, burning sensations in your back, in your arm. You can also feel physically pain as well in your body as well when you're not feeling well. You might find um, like having, what do you call it? When you've got anxiety, palpitation, your heart beats, or you feel fearful, lack of sleep when you're not sleeping at night. Or take me, for instance, I just eat. Comfort eating. You didn't know what to do. Comfort eating, and there are a lot of things that you lose, and some people might even lose their, you know, uh, they might not even engage in sexual activities anymore. And so there are lots of things that you'll find that's changing within yourself. So when you note these changes, the best thing to do is stop, pause, take stock of what's happening. When did all this start happening? What was the root cause of it? If you cannot analyze this yourself, speak to a friend or go and see your GP, and then take it from there. Because we just pile on all these things, because when physically, if you're not healthy, we were straight away, even a sniffle, you might want to go and see your doctor to get some prescription. But when you're emotionally, when you're drained, when you're down, and you build up and you build up, some of us have got very strong resilience, we can overcome it. But then with mental illness, there are very many degrees. You can have a mental health condition without having a diagnosis. You might be depressed because of an event that has happened, a stressful event. You might feel down for a while and you overcome it. But some people can be down, but they do not know how to overcome it, and it just takes on. So think at a point when your behavior has changed. Also hygienically, you might not even want to shower. That happens to many people too. So you when you see these changes happening in someone, your friend, your colleague, your family members, first step, seek help.
Okay.
To your second question about the care and treatment I got over here, I'll just give you an example. When I came to Malaysia on a holiday and I didn't bring my prescription, so I went and saw a doctor to say, I brought my prescription, but I didn't bring my medication. I said, can you please help me prescribe this medication for me so I can go and buy it at the pharmacy? And he said, why do you need this medication for? I said, I've got bipolar. And he said, what do you know about bipolar? I was so frustrated. And I said, well, I just read it on the internet and I'm talking to you about bipolar. That is the level of understanding. People assume that if you got mental illness, you got no capacity to think or to analyze or do anything, which is, so people have to change. So that I was lucky in the sense that I got the treatment. And I wonder, if I was in Malaysia, would I have had the treatment? Would I have overcome that? Would I have changed my career path? Be where I am now? Only God knows.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice. I mean, uh, um, uh, and this is the question that I want to ask you. If you want to answer, do answer. If you don't want, it's okay. How are you now? So you spoke about bipolar. Now, when you speak about bipolar, we here, I'm just maybe generalizing, but when you speak about bipolar, it's like a major thing, you know. But what you are saying is it is manageable. So my question to you is this: how are you now in terms of the condition that you have or had or still having? I don't know. How are you now?
Okay, I still, whenever I go and talk to people or train them about mental health awareness, just things like I told you about, you need to be aware of what mental health is. I also tell them about how you can help yourself, all the things I talked about: mindfulness, breathing, going for exercise and taking care of your health. To me, yes, I still have that condition, because I know I go into a phase when I have, these business ideas, I want to do this, I want to do that. I would have thought about it from A to Z, from the setting up of the company, even getting to a bankruptcy stage. I would, in my mind. Um, but the thing is, like now, when I have all these ideas, I just write them down. I don't
Mm.
act upon it. So this was a good tip that was given to me by my psychologist. She said, write them down. But there's sometimes, you get so itchy, you want to act on it. So one Christmas, and I thought about, I'm going to eradicate world poverty. So what I did was I went and bought domain names, www, foodbankmalaysia.com, foodbanknigeria.com, foodbankindonesia.com, because I had friends a lot in these countries and I wanted to eradicate. So my damage was not that much. So it was only about £100. And then
Nice,
the whole idea fizzled out, after a while. So this is it. So
nice.
I still have my bad days, but I've got plans what I need to do.
Nice, lovely, lovely. You see, all these are manageable. Yeah, a lot of people. If you so you spoke about just now, Sandra, how when you feel that you are unhealthy, something is not right, you wait for 2 3 days and then you seek for help. You go and see the doctor. Don't go and see Doctor Google and find out for yourself. Hey, you know what? This is what I have. What do you need to do? They will probably say, take a rest, go for vacation, and then come back. You'll be all right. But then, if you don't seek treatment, it may become worse. So you need to go and visit the person who was who will be really help you. Then you will get proper treatment.
But
Sandra,
it's
go
there.
ahead.
There are a lot of charitable organizations in the UK, and if you can Google it, they provide. A lot of these charitable organizations are also funded by the government, so they
Mhm.
provide good advice about what you can do, and they could be your first port of call if you feel like you do not, like you said, I'm not talking about Dr. Google, but you can Google and understand and read about it. There is vast amount of information about how you can take care of your mental well-being. I just want to add one more thing. There's evidence that shows that people with severe mental illness like bipolar, schizophrenia, psychosis, this the high end spectrum of the mental illness, their life expectancy can be reduced by 20 years. Okay,
Hmm.
this is evidenced research. And when I came to know about that, I was furious. I was furious because nobody mentioned that to me. And what happens is you need to take care of your physical health, especially when you have got your mental health condition. If
Mm-hmm.
if not, what happens is because of your physical health, you do not take care of your physical health, likely to die 20 years younger than anyone else.
Hmm, nice. So what you're saying that is that even though you feel uncomfortable and you want to go and seek or see a doctor, before that you can even Google and read
Yeah,
about it. Yeah.
read
So
know about it. The same thing that you would do if you say if you got diabetes, you would Google diabetes, right? To see what others are saying about it, what medicine, what food I can eat, how I can support myself, help myself. So there are lots of
so
information out there as well.
fantastic, fantastic. So I stand corrected. If you have got issues, go Google, find out what is happening to you, read about it, be more,
Aware.
yeah, be more aware, understand the situation,
Yeah.
and then probably you will know what to do next.
So
Now you
even
spoke of,
yeah, so
sorry.
even when you're seeing your, even when you're going and seeing your GP, you're already prepared with, you
Oh
understand,
yes,
you know about it. It's the same thing. Like I remember once I was presenting at a conference in Malaysia, and what's the doctor who was in charge of COVID? What's his name? Is he the Director General of Physical
yes.
Health? I think he was giving a talk in Malaysia. He said he tells his doctors, even when the patients start telling you things that you don't understand, go and Google it because they know more before they come and see you. Because they would have read about the conditions, done their homework before they go and see the consultant. So he said, tell them you're going to the toilet and have a Google if you do not know. So,
Yeah, exactly the point, right? I mean, yeah, patients now, before to the doctors out there, before you see a patient, remember they know a lot of stuff because they really read before they come and visit you. So Sandra, I've got a couple of questions, but because of the time I may not be asking you, but I want to read some of the comments here, if I may. Yeah. So
mm.
Rajam Cambodian food. Someone whom you know. So proud of you, Sandra. Thank you for all your support you have given to so many of us. Do
Um,
you know this person?
I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Lim with him says, Sandra, so well said. Yes. Sri Devanayagi says, awareness of mental health is not really here in Malaysia. Acceptance. Edith, so we call her, is also from Holland. Janagi says, hi, Waran Sandra. Sandra is an amazing human being and she has come a long way. Great going, my dear. Yes, of course, Janaki, amazing lady she is. Amirda says, as usual, you are an amazing inspiration to many Akka who are not able to speak up. Keep sharing so people out there can relate and come up to seek help. Hugs and love, Akka. And Nelson Bay gives you loads of love. So there you go. You have got a lot of people saying a lot of good stuff about you and your strength. I think kudos to you for all this while you are able to do this. I want to ask you, if someone needs help, how do they get in touch with you?
Oh, I'm not. I just told you I'm not a professional
Yeah,
a provider for mental health care.
correct.
I just share my lived experience and my lived experience with others who want to, do not know what to do or they're having difficulty in having a conversation. You can contact me through email, and I can signpost you to organizations and that you might have more informations about
Perfect.
whatever things that you're facing.
Perfect. Sandra, thank you so much. I was asking this question just now. If you have got mom with you, what is the one thing that you love? And if you do not have her with you, what's the one thing that you miss? Tell us a little bit about your mom.
Her strength. She brought 7 children up.
Oh, nice.
I mean, she's amazing, and she's a very great diplomat too. She's very diplomatic. She knows how to handle all her 7 children differently. So I admire her strength. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. Mothers are coaches in motion. Faiza Bazid wrote about it very nicely. Also, Sandra, thank you so much for dropping by and sharing all those lovely stories. I must say, stories, because only when you tell your own story, you are able to touch the many people out there. A lot of comments that I'm getting, a lot of questions that I'm unable to ask, but please go visit the Facebook, because if you can answer some of the questions that they have posted, please do so. But thank you
I
so much for dropping by. Any message to those viewers out there, Sandra?
take care of your mental well-being as much as you take care of your physical well-being. When you take care of your mental well-being, everything else will flow easily. So best wishes to everybody, and take care of your mental health. And if you want to email me, please do, and I'll try to support you in any way I can.
Perfect. It is S A
Save the
N.
durians for me, okay?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I don't eat durians, but I'll definitely get for you. Make sure you let us know when you're coming. Yeah. So it is
I will.
SANDRAGCG, sandragcg@gmail.com. Or
Yeah,
if you have got any questions, any doubts, anything that you want to understand more, please get in touch with her. She will explain to you. She will talk nice person. You know, you have seen it in yourself, right? Amazing lady. Please get in touch with her. Sandra, once again, thank you so much. You have a
thank
lovely
you.
day.
You too. Bye bye. Bye,
Bye bye.
everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sandra. So there you go. If you have got any questions, once again, that's the email. Please get in touch with her. Yeah. All right. Now let's see some of those comments here with regards to mom. Um, Let me see. Okay. Kirube says, my mom is a resilient woman, a woman of prayer. Very nicely said, Kirube. And we have got Sri Devanaigi who says, yes, my mother's hugs I miss most. Yes, indeed. Same here. And we have got Rajwin who says her love and cooking, love her sense of humor. Oh, yes. Sometimes they have got this very subtle way of their sense of humor is very interesting. Yeah. And Rajwin, yes, I understand what you're saying. And then we have got who else? Let me see who else spoke about mom. Um, yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. So remember, guys, moms are the best. Yeah, mothers are the best people on earth. Remember to continue loving them, and if you don't have them, remember to always remember what they have taught you. Okay, so now let's move on to something else that I have got here. Let me see, I've got some adverts that I want to share with you. If you want to become a certified NLP practitioner, please contact this number 01256143119, SAT Academy. They have got a course that is available for you guys to be certified NLP practitioner. And there is a cabin crew academy coming by in Seremban. Call Jami or Darren. The number appears on screen. If you want to become a cabin crew, they have got cabin crew preparatory program that is available in Seremban. Once you are done with that, then you'll be able to go to any airline. Please get in touch with these two person, Jami and also Darren. And mindful meditation, easiest way to activate your chakras. This is not the meditation that is the difficult one. It is the most simplest one, and the most effective one. 10 days program. Get in touch with that number 01256143119 if you want to know more. All right. Now, remember last week we saw the first part of my interview with Maliga on NLP. The She spoke about the subconscious mind and also the hypnotherapy. Now let's watch the second part of the interview where she'll be answering my question as to why I cannot be hypnotized. So, ladies, gentlemen, watch this. To this hypnotism,
Yes.
how people are hypnotized, and I've seen these things. I remember me being I was in Los Angeles, yeah. Met
Okay.
this amazing guy. He's a hypnotherapist. What he
Okay.
did was he told stories about how a drug addict is no more a drug addict, a smoker is no more a smoker, and the whole list went on. Because why? He said with hypnotizing that person, he was able to change whatever that he did.
Yeah.
And that's very interesting because I don't know how that works. And I'm sure you will be able to answer that. But the more interesting is this: he was trying to hypnotize me, but he could not. So my
I'm
question
not surprised.
so so I felt very bad for him, Malika. I'm like, gosh, please make myself hypnotized, but I wasn't. So my question is this: one, what is hypnotism, and can they really bring about that change that a person really wants? And two, can anyone be not hypnotized? Tell me.
Okay. For your information, I'm a hypnotherapist as well.
There
Okay.
you go, right person.
Okay. So when you were saying that you will not be able to hypnotize by him, you know what happens in your mind level at that point of time? You activate your critical mind very aggressively. That means
Ah, so my security
you,
guards came in front.
yes. So it's like not one soldier, maybe thousands of soldiers are there. So it doesn't allow anybody to go inside. The
Okay, okay.
first thing, if you want the hypnotism to work on you, you have to have an idea. I mean, that why you want to do that. Because any hypnotherapist, they cannot. The issue here is there's a lot of misconception about hypnotism. They think people lose their control. People think somebody else will take control over my mind. They will make
Yeah.
me to do things that I don't want to do. Maybe I lose my mind. I don't know what will
Yes.
happen to
Yes.
me. These are the misconception, but actually that's not true. Hypnotherapies are just a mediator or a therapist or a guide for you to do the work. Who will be doing the work in your subconscious level is you, because nobody else have the power to assess your subconscious mind. So when you are going through a hypnotism, right, you will be doing the work, but we are just giving you a guidance. We just guide you. Okay, do this. Go and visit this. Go and look for this. Go and look for your problem. Can you see what are you seeing? Can you tell me? Can you change it? Can you change the image? So we are just guiding you, and you do the work. We are not doing the work for you, and we can't do the work for anybody in their mind because it is not allowed. So everybody have to do mind level work on themselves. What happens is that when you went to LA, right? If you see people in that country, they are always on for that kind of fun or a kind of adventure kind of thing. They want to try. But if you
Yes.
look at us, Asian, we are very conservative and we have that fear that somebody will do something to me, somebody will harm me. So we are always on that guard mode. We always have that guard active. So that is why many times hypnotism cannot be worked on us if we are very critical. Critical means that you ask questions. Why? How is it happen? You think, how can I believe you? What if it doesn't happen to me? What if it happened the other way to me? You have too much of questions. When
Yeah.
you have too much of question, the first thing, when your conscious mind is active, where does this question comes from? From your conscious mind, right? Your critical mind just trigger your conscious mind to question. Think this person is going to do something to you. Think and think. So you start thinking. So when you're thinking, when your conscious mind is active, you cannot dive into your subconscious mind because here there is so much of havoc going on. You can't go inside your subconscious mind. So that is
Yeah.
why maybe if you were there and you know what all that you would have gone through, thought in your mind, oh, what is this guy is doing? Oh, this guy looks scary, or will he manipulate me, or will he do something to me? Maybe all this thought went through in your mind, right?
Mm-hmm. You're
Right.
right.
Even when I was in LA,
This happened to me also. Like those days when I didn't know about mind and how it works. When if somebody comes and tell me this, I will activate my critical mind and conscious mind very strongly. I will keep repeat in my mind. You cannot access to my mind. You cannot see what is inside. I will never allow you to go inside. I will keep on say that, and that person definitely cannot go into my. I mean, they cannot access to my subconscious mind, or cannot what do you say that the work can't be done. So if you want to know what his hypnotism is all about, a therapist will help them. Let's say you are coming to me for a to let's say not you lah, somebody who's a smoker. Let's say they want to let go of the habit of smoking. Probably they will come to me or go to any hypnotherapist because they have tried all, nothing works, and they know it is harming them, and they already come up to a level that they want to make it work. So
Mm-hmm.
when they go there, they already make up their mind. Whatever you say, I will listen. Whatever that you ask me to do, I will do, because they already come to that point that release me from this. I'll do whatever that I want to do. If that person go to a therapist with a little intention in him, I still not ready. I don't know if I want to do that. The work is not going to be successful because
Yeah.
you have to do the work inside, right? So when
Yes.
a person go with that kind of thought process that I want to get rid of that, they will let the critical mind to open, and they will be ready to follow the suggestion. So
Mm-hmm.
suggestion means that whatever suggestion that we give, like you said, the person is you are no more a smoker. You already given up this habit. Let's say that's what I'm telling that person. You have successfully healed yourself. You have successfully let go of this habit. From this moment, you are no more a smoker. You are an active person. You are a non-smoker. Maybe that is what I'm keep on saying. If for that to be registered in his subconscious mind, he have to accept that statements to go deeper, and he have to believe that for himself first. If he don't believe, if he's not gonna let that suggestion to go inside, here when we give suggestion, first thing the person must trust us that we are doing good for them. Second thing, they must be willing to work with us to give suggestion. Third thing, whatever suggestion that I'm giving, whatever that I'm saying, he will definitely hear me whatever that I'm saying. That means he's fully aware of whatever is going on. There's no way people will say that I don't know what happened. I don't know what you were doing to me, because you are the one doing the work. So you know what is going on, what is being told to you, what you are asking to do, and you are doing that willingly, and because you want to let go of something that you don't want to hold on. Let's say
So
you're working. Yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead. Let's say.
Let's say you're working on a limiting belief. You know that limiting belief is holding you back so badly, and you just want to get rid of that. You would do that, right? So whatever people ask you to do, remedy, whatever remedy they give you, you say, okay, I will do this. Okay, I will from today onwards, I will believe this way. But there's a lot of tips and tricks in this mind level where people don't understand that. Let's say lah, you go for a hypnotism, and then you work on that mind level. Okay, you let go of a limiting belief. You must have 100 or 200% faith that is already being healed, that is being removed, and it is not there. You shouldn't question back, or you shouldn't think back, or you shouldn't invite yourself back to the old situation. Or you doubt yourself. Sure, man, I pay so much, just gone like that. How can that happen? How can a belief just go away like that? Probably no. Maybe it is still inside. That all these doubts will reactivate those beliefs, will reactivate your habits and everything. If you don't have that faith and believe in whatever you are doing, whatever work that you do in your subconscious level will not be permanent. I have an
Mm.
experience. If time permits, maybe I will tell you how the subconscious mind can be so powerful.
Go
When you
ahead.
make. Okay, what happened is that during my NLP training, okay, there was one part where we have to do this exercise on ourselves and our classmates, because we have to know what we are doing before we do to others, right? So this is something called submodalities, like to dislike. Okay, that means you are going to let go of something that you are addicted to or craving. Let's say some people have drink Coke with every meal or something like that, that kind of addiction, or eat French fries every single day, that kind of addiction, chocolate, anything, any kind of addiction. Something like that, we have to let go. That was the exercise in the class. But unfortunately, I'm not addicted to anything. So I was like, I don't know what to let go. I'm not addicted. What is there to let go, right? So, but somehow we have to work to be fair with our partner. We have to work on it so they can work on us, right? So she said, come on, Malika, think of something to let go. At that point of time, I can only think about one thing, a Starbucks latte, okay, Starbucks flavored latte, because for that training, whenever I go to the training, Starbucks is just on the way. So I'll just stop and buy a latte because the room will be so cold, So I'll just grab something hot and I'll have latte every day. I mean, every time I go for the training. Let's say the training is like 4 days a week. Every 4 days, I'll have that latte. And there was once I thought to myself, I should let go of this habit. Why am I drinking so much of flavored lattes? Not good, too sweet. So that came to my mind. Then I said, okay, girl, okay, we will work on this. She said, okay, fine. Then we did the procedure. Okay, what the technique, how need to let go of all that. Okay, then I said, okay, after let go, that was the last day of the class. So the following class is on the next week, Sunday or some Thursday. So what happened? The next Thursday, I go to a class. Out of habit, I went into Starbucks. Okay, but what I did last week, Sunday, I mean that week Sunday, was I already let go. I told my subconscious mind I'm letting go of this habit. So I went to Starbucks. So I'm standing in front of the cashier counter, and you won't believe I was freezed. I cannot talk. I cannot talk, and the girl is asking, "Yes, ma'am, can I take your order?" I was like, so I said, like, she thought I'm still thinking. But what happened inside me was something mind blowing. There was literally a inside war going on in my mind. So my mind was asking me, "Isn't that you said you will let go of this?" So I'm talking. I said, "No, but I wasn't serious. I was just doing it for a exercise purpose. I didn't mean it." So my mind said, "No, whatever work that you did, you're supposed to follow it. I've been working with you because before that day, I've been working on my subconscious mind for a quite number of days, quite for a few months. It means every single day I'm doing some work, cleansing and all that with my subconscious mind. So it's so active, and whatever work it is doing, I have to honor and I have to value it. So my subconscious mind said, you have to honor whatever that you said and whatever work that I've done for you. I said, no, but I didn't mean it. You know what happened? While this war is going on in my mind, out of nowhere, I opened my mouth and I ordered for a warm milk. And then, girl, warm milk. Who will go and order warm milk for 8 ringgit something in Starbucks,
In
right?
Starbucks.
I was like, the girl handed me the warm milk. I was like, I just walked and I was like, did I order this? How did this happen? Actually, what happened at that time is that my subconscious mind took control over me. Say like,
Yeah,
if I'm working on you, you want me to work on you, respect me. That's how powerful a mind can be.
that's
At that,
crazy.
yeah, that was the day I realized how powerful mind can be and how mind can take control over us. That
Yeah,
was a
see, that is,
warning for me. Okay.
I know, right? So now this is the thing. Now, I have got this thing, something that I read. Only when you allow change to happen unto yourself, then change will happen, right? And that's what you're
Yes.
saying, right? You
Yeah.
are able to do it only when you allow. Now, my question is
Yes.
this: can you eliminate bad behaviors for someone else? Like example, yeah, I'm giving an example. I've got this mother who calls me every now and then and says the son is always going out at late night. So at
Mhm.
10 p.m. they all go to bed. At 11 he sneaks out and then he so-called lepa with his friends lah, and then he'll start. No, he doesn't do bad stuff. He just sits with his friends. I don't know whether he smokes or not, but more important is he goes out, and the mother is so fearful. Now,
Okay.
of course, when you speak to that guy, if he allows, change can happen. But kids, they don't believe in this upper level thinking. Yeah, for them it's all like godly, and I don't believe this superstitious kind of thoughts. So I don't want to do all this. So therefore, they don't engage with this process. But
Yes,
the
yes.
mother wants change to happen to her own son. Can that be possible?
To certain extent, yes, it can be, but it has to be done with, you have to be diligently doing that. You must have a high faith when you're doing that. Okay, let me tell you how this scenario can happen. There are many ways we can look into this issue. First thing, let's say this is out of topic. First thing, why does the mother have that fear? That comes from her map of the world, that
Yes,
something bad
yes,
will
yes.
happen to my son. Okay, that means she's just penetrating that her belief to her son,
Yeah.
that if you're out at late at night, something bad will happen. Probably
Okay, okay, okay. So what you're saying is the mother's map of the world is being passed on to the son
she's trying to. Maybe the son
without,
doesn't have that, or
yeah,
she's just trying, or maybe because she keep on saying the son start to have a little kind of fear slowly. That is one thing. Let's say this mother is like seriously want to make some changes. Okay, I gave you that meaning. I mean explanation because I want you to understand how somebody's map of the world, their belief can influence us. No,
yes,
like because our mother, our father, the way they were grown up, whatever been taught and exposed to them is totally, or maybe a 50 to 60% is different from what we are getting exposed to,
yeah,
right? So when they are trying to penetrate that thoughts, beliefs in us, to a certain extent, it's already been penetrated during your conditioning time. So when you grow up, when they start to see the kids as a teenage, there comes the next level of fear of them. What will happen to my daughter? What will happen to my son? Will he become a drug addict? Will he become a smoker, a drunken fella? What will my daughter do outside? Will she be sneaking out with a guy or something like that? First thing, where does that thought comes from for them? If you ask yourself, maybe that fear comes to them because of whatever they heard from other people.
hmm,
My son did this, my daughter did that. So these parents develop a fear, what if my daughter or son also will do this? So you hear it from somebody else, or maybe somebody in your family have done that and you believe even these kids will do that. So that is how a belief or a idea get formulated and get transferred. Okay, let's come how to make the changes, if we can make changes. You see, subconscious mind, I'm not sure how much do you believe in this energy world. Okay, subconscious mind and energy world, everything is correlated, everything is related. To a certain extent, your subconscious mind is so well connected to the energy world. Okay, that means whatever that you have in your subconscious mind, we are talking about in the first question when you asked me, when we started this talk, you asked me, can we become like that successful person? Can we do this, do that, right? In that subconscious level, you got everything that you need, all that resources that you need, all that creativity, all that idea, whatever that you want in your subconscious level, where your subconscious mind can tap into that energy world, can tap into that creativity world and get you that same idea, a different level or mind-blowing idea. All that can happen in your subconscious mind. So when you want to do changes to somebody else, here we comes to law of attraction. Okay. Law of attraction. Let's say the mother want to change the habit of the son. First thing she have to do is that she have to change her perception about the son. Now she have a perception that my son goes out every day. My son sneaks out every day. So before the son, she wanted to see the changes in the son. She have to change her perception inside of her. She have to imagine, use a law of attraction visualization technique. She have to imagine her son doesn't go out anymore. The son listened to her and then he's being obedient. And then whenever the mother look at the son, she believe this is what my son. Even when he's going out, in her perception, in her belief, she thinks that the son is not going out anymore. He have changed for good. He already changed and he have let go of whatever habit that he had, whatever. So once she also already doing this changing in her mind, and she keep on do that consistently and believe that this is gonna happen, what will happen is that the perception, right? The perception is something like a signal, something like how can I explain to you? Let's say, Warren, you have, let's say you have a certain opinion to me about me.
Okay. Okay.
Let's say you have a certain opinion about me. How I am going to behave to you is according to your opinion. Okay, I can be the nicest person to somebody else. I can be the meanest person to you, just because you think Maliga is so mean.
Yeah.
Okay, because I have to match with your energy, so with your belief. So if you believe or if you think that I can be a mean person, then probably where I may be different with other people, but I might be behaving that way to you. That means whatever belief that you have about me, whatever perception that you have about me, it will be shown to my energy mind or my subconscious like a mirror. So in that mirror, my mind will see this is how you are thinking about me. So I will change accordingly to match with the image in that mirror. You get what I mean?
Yes, 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 I do.
Yeah. So whatever that perception that we have about others, whatever perception that we have about life, it is something like you're holding a mirror and then showing to the world, this is the what I want, this is what I think about you. So let's say you think bad about that person definitely will behave bad to you, because that's what you think about that person. Or maybe that's what you heard about that person from somebody else, and you still have that doubt. Could this person be bad like what I heard? Probably yes, I don't know yet, but that is the signal you're showing, right? So that's how the let's say for the mother, for the change, right? Whenever the son look at the mother after that, the mirror is showing my son have changed, doesn't go out. So automatically something will happen in him where he don't have that urge to go out anymore. He don't know how it's happening, but something will happen. He will change. I said, no, Lama, I'm not going out. I don't feel like going out today. So he will slowly change, but that change will take time to happen, and it all depends on the continuity. Depends on the belief and faith of the mother. Let's say she do 3 days, and then the next 4 days she still think my son is bad, he's still going out, and then suddenly she come to awareness, oh no, I'm supposed to think good about him, and then she do another 3 days. There's no consistency. It won't work.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You are in control of your life, and the subconscious mind, right, is very powerful. Believe me, and that is the reason I like this tagline: "I am more than I think." I am more than I think, because you are definitely more than who you think you are, and you are able to control yourself. If you are able to control your mind, you'll be able to control your action, and eventually you will have a better life. So if you want to know more about subconscious mind and also hypnotherapy, please get in touch with Maliga. We will post the email address, the IG address, and everything else, so that you can get in touch with her. If you can't, just give me a buzz. I will let you know her contact details so that you can talk to her. Okay, now let's go back, ladies and gentlemen, to Darwin, Wahida, and Tilak from KL Kinetic. And this time around, my man Darwin here will be sharing his experience with his patient. I will take leave, but watch this first. And if you need any of their assistance, do get in touch with them and be healed. Ciao.
This is Darwin from KL Kinetic. Recently, I had a wonderful experience working with a client of mine. His name is Kasan. Kasan struggled with a very bad shoulder and back injuries for many years, which inhibited him from doing his sporting activities. So the videos that you're about to see that we are going to share with you today, it's basically snippets of his rehab sessions with me in KL Kinetic here. Please be advised that these videos are merely reference purposes only. Kindly do not use them as prescriptions. If you struggle with the similar injuries like Kasan with your shoulder and your back, please seek medical professional advice. or come over and visit us here at KL Kinetic.
Kassan, and I'm here at Kinetic right now. I'm going to share with you a little bit about my journey. Previously, I used to have this lower back problem, as well as my right shoulder. And then later I found out that apparently my right shoulder was a shoulder impingement issue that I was dealing with. It was that bad to a point that I can't even lift my arm up. So just imagine how bad that was. Then I came to Kinetic, and then I met with Darwin, and that's how things started to change, because Darwin helped me to assess what was the issue that I was facing, and he came up with a plan in terms of how we should tackle that, strengthening the muscles as well as the functionality of those injured areas. So he took me through a journey whereby I managed to go through the rehabilitation process. Of course, it was planned in such a way that it was not a gimmick whereby it's a quick fix, solving the problem immediately and then it relapses later. Initially I was advised by doctors, as a matter of fact, I can't even play badminton. I used to play badminton. I cannot play badminton competitively anymore, but right now I do. And I've started running because of my back problems. I was not recommended to do joggings and running. I'm able to do that right now. I even started doing bouldering. So that says a lot about the effectiveness of the rehabilitation process that I went through with Darwin. It was a one-on-one personalized session, and I do highly recommend that. If you're looking at fixing an injury or probably just maintenance, making sure that you have a body that is functional with strength, I would highly recommend to check them out, Kinetic.